from the Farmers Union Insurance Center on the campus of Scheels Arena in Fargo, North Dakota. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner Jared Fowler as we get set for North Dakota High School boys hockey action as the South-Shanley Bruins prepare to take on the Grafton Spoilers. Well, folks, the Bruins come into tonight at a 1-4 mark on the season, while the Spoilers come in with a 1-5 record. It's a battle between two teams on the lower end of the standings, but that could certainly change for either team, and it could happen here tonight. Isn't that right, Jared?
Yes, and the name of the game for the Spoilers is really going to be getting goals on the score sheet. They started off their season with their first 3 games putting up 8 goals. Good performance by them, but the last 3 games they haven't been putting up any goals. They got shut out all 3 games. So if they're going to want to compete and go goal for goal with this Bruins offense, they're going to have to put up some goals.
All right, well, we'll see if they can get it done. As we said, not a great start to the season for either of these squads, but who knows, tonight could be the turning point, but you got to get the W right here to start that off. So we'll see in a little bit, but for now we're going to turn things over to the PA announcer. But don't go anywhere, folks. Should be a fun game coming up.
Macy Sharmer, Cammy Chapman, and Chantel Carlson. The cheerleaders are advised by Stacy Costa. Now the starting lineup for the Spoilers. In goal, a junior, number 30, Andrew Larson. At defense, a junior, number 21, Tom Magnuson. At defense, a senior, number 24, Landon Inerson. At wing, the junior, number 9, Jacob Keeley. At wing, the junior, number 18, Talon Sangre. And centering that line, a junior, number 23, Charlie Thompson. The Spoilers are coached by Darren Schumacher and assisted by Andy Allen, Chad Warner, and David Mohan. Before we meet the starting lineup for the Bruins, let's meet some future Bruins. From the Fargo Freeze, his favorite player is Matt Duchesne, 10 goals this year. Give it up for Keegan Hansen. And from the Angels, 20 goals this year, 2 hat tricks included, although his dad may debate that a bit, Mike Matheson. And also from the Angels, literally too many goals to keep track, he said. And his favorite player is Patrick Kane, Andrew O'Neill. And now the starting lineup for the Bruins. In goal, a senior, number 32, Fletcher Flanagan. At defense, a sophomore, number 4, Alex Iverson. At defense, a sophomore, number 7, Derek Morhart. At forward, a senior, number 5, Jacob Honnold. At forward, a junior, number 19, Robbie Greitzer. And centering that line, a senior, number 22, Casey Montgomery. The Bruins are coached by Dean French and assisted by Justin Kirchner. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem. The anthem this evening will be performed by Brandon Brotherson and Peyton Hassauer, Fargo South Juniors.
Don't go anywhere, folks. High school hockey action is next after a brief word from our sponsors.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Butler Machinery Company, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Form Communications, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Netrix IT, Northern Improvement Company, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Scheels All Sports in Fargo, and TCI Insurance.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School hockey action. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner Jared Fowler as we get ready for the South-Shanley Bruins to take on the Grafton Spoilers. And before we get to the action, a quick lineup note here. Jared, the senior Fletcher Flanagan getting the start in net tonight. How about that move? What are your thoughts?
I think it's a pretty good move. See how he does on his first game of the season and test that for the rest of the year.
All right, should be fun to follow that storyline throughout the game. Just about ready to get this one started, and with that, we're underway as that draw is taken by Montgomery into the spoiler zone, and then he's going to find that puck but have it bounced right out. And now Sandgrain going to carry for the Spoilers and throw one down on Flanagan for his first action of the season. Iverson going to take it now up to Honnold. That one, though, broken up a bit by Suda. Taking it now is Wardner, going back to his defenseman, Syme. Suda up center ice to Sandgrain. Or that's Puck Shavinsky, rather, who carried it in, but he was offsides. So the puck's going to come out to neutral zone with just a couple of seconds elapsing there. That top line out on the ice now for South-Shanley. It's Beaton, Sandy, and Braun. Draw tied up and then won by Sandy back to Johnson. Lucas Johnson going to play that puck off the boards looking for Beaton. It goes past him, though, and is picked up by Sandgrain. Braun going to pick it up now. It was loose. He fires one in towards the net, but it went wide right. Puck taken by Hansen, thrown up towards Braun. Braun feeds it along the boards, looking for Sandy. Puck centered and then taken away. Nice job there by Braun on the forecheck to try to get that one loose from Keeley. And Beaton holds it now for the Bruins. Beaton moves up past center ice, but that one is then taken off his stick by Thompson, excuse me. Hansen trying to feed that one over to Johnson. Thompson got in there, though, to try to break it up. Braun going to carry now for the Bruins. And it's Sandy who moves in. Sandy and Beaton in there all alone as they wait for the change. Sandy now over to Beaton in the corner. Got thrown off it a bit by Miller. Sandy tied up, looking for someone in center ice. It's Morehart who feeds one in towards net. That one, though, steered aside by Larson on his first shot of the game. Puck thrown towards Larson, went behind and is then cleared. Although it's not going to get out of the zone. That one kept in nicely there by Trainer. Gillishammer moving up on the far side. Iverson goes back to get it for the Bruins. He gives it off over to Morehart, who lost a hold on it. And now it's the Spoilers who have control in the South-Shanley zone. Morehart got back to it, and then he throws it off over to Iverson. And there are 3 defensemen out there for South-Shanley right now, as it looks like Lance is in there playing a bit of forward. That puck was ice, so now South-Shanley is going to have that moved into the Grafton Spoiler zone for a good opportunity for them. Face-off won by Montgomery, back to his defenseman. Lance fired, that one went wide. Honnold throws it in towards goal, but it was just wide. Puck flipped up, down ice, and that's taken by Lance. Lance over to Johnson. Johnson throws it up ice off the stick of Greatzer and then taken away. Bell fanned on that one, and then it's picked up by Wardner and given back to Syme. Syme looking for a man. He found Bell, and then that one's just dumped in by Puck Shavinsky. Carrying it now is Johnson. Johnson goes up ice to Greatzer. Bruins trying to enter the zone. Nice move by Greatzer to get past one man, but then he loses a hold on it. It was Puck Shavinsky who got in there to throw him off the puck, and now the Spoilers are looking to get it out. Bell throws one up, but Iverson was right there to knock it down. Spoilers go off for the change, and then a nice move there. Braun couldn't get under control. Thompson throws it in towards the net, but it's steered aside. Morehart got it with his feet. Sandy going to carry now. Maybe a 2-on-1. Spoilers getting back there, but Braun almost had a great opportunity. That one just not quite on his stick. Braun there tried to get the puck back and went down along with Thompson. Morehart goes up to Beaton. Beaton carrying into the zone. It's Sandy now, and then they're going to call him offsides. Beaton kind of entered the zone, then went back out to give it off to Sandy, and they caught him doing it.
Great hustle by the Bruins in these first opening minutes, getting all the 50-50 chances here, and that's really helping their time of possession.
Well, and look at this. Mason Lance is the center on this third line right now, so an interesting move here for South-Shanley, taking the senior defenseman on their first pairing and making him a forward. We'll see if it works out as there's a big pile up in front of the net. My goodness, the Spoilers had that puck sitting right in the crease. And let's get a look at that replay. That one was out there right in front of the net, and a couple of players go charging into Flanagan there. So in his first game of the season, he gets quite the test there. That draw, one back to the Spoiler defenseman, and then blocked by the Bruins, and they're going to carry it out of the zone now. Harvey with the puck. He throws it up ice. Taken by Syme. Trainer trying to keep it in the zone. He will, and then Harvey had it poked off his stick. Hansen throws it down behind the net, and Suda will go to retrieve. Suda going to bring it up now. Trying to get past Montgomery. He just dumps it in behind the net. Flanagan lets it bounce off his stick and then go over to Iverson. Honnell carrying it himself, trying to get past Wardner. He could not, though. Wardner's puck was taken by Iverson, who gives it up off to Montgomery. Montgomery entered the zone and then went back out. Bruins trying to stay on side here, and then Montgomery's just going to dump it in. Now here go the Spoilers trying to get a rush. It's Keeley who couldn't get a hold of it. He throws it into the zone, and it's taken by Morehart. Morehart over to Iverson. Iverson up ice looking for Honnell there. It was taken by Keeley, though. Morehart moving along the near side, looking for a man, throws it down behind the net. And the Spoilers will look to bring it out. 12:05 left to go in this first period. We are still scoreless. The Bruins appeared to be knocking on the door in the first few minutes. Since then, though, it's been a lot of play in the neutral zone here. Both teams unable to really get anything going in each other's zones. Hansen going to flip it up ice to Braun. Braun was going to retreat behind his own net, but then he doubled back and he gives off up to Sandy, and now Sandy with a nice feed back to Braun. Braun moving in, gets past the defenseman, tried to go to the backhand. There wasn't enough space to work with. Johnson going to take it now on the near side, then go over to Braun. Trying to hold the zone are the Bruins as Johnson gets tied up. Sandy comes over there to try to keep it in, and then the Spoilers will maybe not get it out as Hansen moved in to flip it back behind the red line. Beaton tried to catch it on the boards. He could not. Johnson was there, though, to keep it in. And then finally, the Spoilers will get that puck out of the zone. And now they're going to have a little bit of a rush here. Sandgrain trying to get that puck off, but Luke Sandy was right there to take it away. Finds its way back onto a Spoiler stick, though, as Thompson throws that one down into the South-Shanley zone. Both teams go for a change now as Lance holds behind his own net, then throws it up ice to Trainer. Trainer able to work it along the near boards, but then it's dumped right back in by the Spoilers.
Well, it looks like the Bruins have 6 men out in the ice yet, and the ref just finally caught that.
So, some confusion there on the change leads to 6 men on the ice for the Bruins, and it looks like they will pick up the penalty.
Just a matter of who will serve the penalty for the Bruins now, and it looks like Lance will be the one serving it.
So that is Mason Lance headed to the box now.
I've been interested with Bruins coach's decision so far with playing Mason Lance at center and Fletcher Flanagan at goalie. I think he's just testing the waters and seeing what can work right now and work in the future.
Well, you know, they have had their struggles here to start the season off at 1-4. They've done a lot of things right, but they just haven't been able to close out some of these games. And so you're right, Jared, maybe shaking some of these things up. So the spoiler power play, we're getting our first look at it here. And wow, look at that! We get our first look and they get their first goal. The Spoilers take the early lead, and let's get a look on that replay. Puck fired in on the South-Shanley net. And I'm not sure, was that one tipped there by Wardner?
Yeah, Wardner had a great tip there and just absolutely shelved it with the tip.
9 periods without a goal, the Spoilers win, but it did not take long to snap that streak here in this game as they score with 10:29 left to play in the first period. Puck thrown back behind the Spoiler net, then thrown around the boards. Bruins definitely going to try to answer this one here. Sandy moving back behind the Spoiler net, and then a great feed to Beaton, and he scores! Tanner Beaton lights the lamp in a fantastic response here just 20 seconds after that goal. And look at this feed by Sandy behind the net with the backhand, and then Beaton goes between the legs of Landon Einerson and right over the glove hand of Larson to even this game.
Yes, Beaton, great job knowing right where to be. Backdoor is always where there's going to be the most chances, and Sandy puts it right on his stick.
Fantastic pass off the backhand there by Luke Sandy. So now it's a 1-1 game. We went for a few minutes there scoreless, and just 2 goals now within 20 seconds of each other. Magnuson off over to Einerson. Einerson up ice. He's got Thompson. Thompson trying to enter the zone. It was knocked back, though, by Lance. Moving in now is Sandgrain, who was able to get it back. That shot goes wide, though. Spoilers setting up around the net, but then it's poked away by Braun. Braun moving it up the near side, comes out of the zone, is then fired back in on Flanagan, who just about lost that puck, but was able to get on it. Now Braun trying to work out of his own zone. Spoilers, though, do a good job holding it in. Lance goes back to retrieve. Mason Lance now back at his natural defensive position. And he feeds up to Greatzer, who goes off over to Beaton. Tanner Beaton has 1 today, and he won't get the second there, though, as Larson knocks it down and gloves it with 9 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the first. The face-off in the Spoiler zone. Won by the Spoilers as Suda steers that one up along to Keeley. Keeley going up ice to Wardner. Wardner now moving in, fires that one past the defenseman Hansen, but then Johnson goes back to retrieve for South-Shanley. Lucas Johnson with that puck going off over to Honnell. Goes out of the zone, but is then fired back in by Suda. Flanagan gets it down behind his own net, and now Johnson going to move it up for the Bruins. Greatzer flips it into the zone. Honnell will give chase. Suda throws that one along. Greatzer was able to keep it down. Montgomery, though, couldn't get control of it. He had a nice look out in front of the Spoiler net. Thompson up ice to Keeley. Keeley, though, can't get through a couple of South-Shanley defenders. Now Montgomery will just fire it in as both teams go off for a change. Puck tied up along in the far corner. Larson in there fighting for it, as is Zazada. It is the Spoilers, though, who come away with it. Thompson had that puck knocked off his stick. It's loose out in front of the net. Trainer, no, Zazada almost had a look at it. Keeley fires it back, trying to get it away from his own net. And finally, it looks like the Spoilers here will get out of the zone. Larson dumps it back in. Suda throws it up into the South-Shanley zone. And now Iverson will go back to retrieve. Iverson moving up ice, makes some nice moves. Iverson, the defenseman, how about that? Larson trying to knock it down out of the air. Larson with nice moves, looking to go over to Trainer. That one popped up past Larson, but couldn't find its way in the back of the net. Einerson attempting to get it out of his own zone, and he will now, as it looks like the Spoilers have a bit of a 3-on-2 going. Einerson fires one, it's steered aside by Flanagan. No one can find the puck there, it's in the far corner. And now it's Sandy who comes away with it for the Bruins. Sandy moving up on the near boards. Bell tried to hold the zone. He could not, though, as Morehart moves up, and then that puck is taken right away by Einerson. Magnuson's puck goes off the stick of Sandy and up into the neutral zone. Wardner throws it up ice, and that's taken by Braun. Braun going to retreat into his own zone and try to set up. Lance moving up ice now. Noah Lance will carry it into the zone himself, wrap it down along the boards, and then Beaton will go to retrieve for South-Shanley. Puck comes out to Mason Lance, whose shot goes off the skate of Sean Braun and then wide of the net. Beaton over to Braun. Braun now working his way up to the point, and then that one goes out of the zone. Nice defensive play there by Jacob Keeley. Einerson goes up ice, puck comes out of the zone. Lance, though, steers it back towards their zone, and then it's fired in there by Keeley as he goes off for a change. Suda dumps it back behind the South-Shanley net as Flanagan goes to retrieve, and that'll be an icing here with 6:03 to go in the first. It's a 1-1 game right now. The Spoilers started the scoring on the power play, and not 20 seconds later, Tanner Beaton answered for South-Shanley. No goals since. Both teams with some good looks. It's been the Bruins who've gotten the majority of the pressure, but an impressive job here on defense by the Spoilers, especially those forwards, really shown they're not afraid to get involved in the defensive side of things. Rothfuse fired that one in back behind the Grafton net, and then it's Montgomery tied up there in the far corner. Montgomery goes down, and then Gillishammer tries to get out of the zone. He's caught there by Rothfuse. Some heavy checking here right in front. And now the puck's loose in the neutral zone as that one's just fired in by Hovde. Iverson trying to go cross ice there, looking for Rothfuse. Montgomery will act as the waypoint as he does get it off to Rothfuse, who just then dumps it in as the Bruins go off for another change. Wardner wheeling around behind his own net. Just dumps that puck off. Spoilers trying to get out of their own zone. Morehart fired a shot from the point. That one was blocked, but now Trainer has it. Ben Trainer doubles back, looks for a man to give it off to. Centering pass, but that one was knocked out. A nice play there on defense by Wardner. 4:38 left to play in this first period as the Bruins look to break one out of their zone. Iverson, though, just going to dump that one in, and they'll go off for a change. Puck tied up in the far corner. Spoilers come away with it. Einerson steered that one up. He took a hard hit, though, there from Braun. Puck now bouncing on along the boards. Spoilers having trouble against this South-Shanley first line here, although they are able to get it out now. Luke Sandy going to bring it right back in now for the Bruins. He loses an edge, though, and goes down. Puck comes out in front of the net. And now it looks like we have a penalty here on Grafton. Perhaps a trip there.
That's going to be tripping on number 18, Sangret, against Luke Sandy.
So Talon Sangret picks up the penalty there on the trip on Luke Sandy. Looked maybe like Sandy lost an edge, but you could see the stick there of Sangret working. And so now South-Shanley will get their first power play opportunity of the game. Honnell is in. The forward is acting as a defenseman here on this power play unit. Honnell. Cross ice to Sandy, who fires one off the pad of Larson. Nice save there by Larson, but South-Shanley is able to hold the zone. Einerson working against Braun. Sandy tried to put that one in net. He's going to double back, fire another one, and still saved by Larson. Braun tied up again. This time, though, with Magnuson, that puck going to roll along the boards and then go out of the zone. Honnell back to retrieve. Honnell up to Sandy. Luke Sandy has done a lot of things here on this power play. He picked up the penalty, and he's almost got a goal a couple times as Honnell fires one that goes just wide. Mason Lance has to go back to retrieve as a minute has gone by here on this power play. Rothfuse out there now. Some pressure here from these Grafton forwards. And then Lance's pass intended for Montgomery goes back for an icing. So some tremendous pressure put on early in this power play by the Bruins. But now that icing will send them back into their own zone.
Yeah, it was a good use of the power play. Some good chances were coming of it, but a full minute pretty much held into the zone, into the spoiler zone. But that icing will just cancel it out.
Suda's shot went wide and almost rolled out of the zone, and now South-Shanley will get it out as Greatzer flips it up ice. Rothview's putting the pressure on. He could not get that one off the stick of a spoiler, and it goes back behind South-Shanley net. Hansen up to Greatzer. Greatzer doubles back, trying to evade the pressure of Wardner. He goes off over to Montgomery now. Montgomery surveys, gets past one man, then just tries to sneak one in on net. Puck loose out in front. Who's got it? And it's the Spoilers who are able to get the clear. Nice clearing shot there from Suda. Hansen going up ice looking for Montgomery. That one, though, back into the Spoiler zone for an icing. And now with just 5 seconds left on this power play, it looks like Grafton here has killed it off. Some real good chances here early on for the Bruins with that top unit out there. But since they left the ice, they were just unable to get any pressure whatsoever on the Spoiler net. Top line out there now as it's an even strength game once again. We'll see if they can continue that pressure they had on the power play earlier on. Morehart wraps one along the boards, took an odd bounce, went up into the net of the Spoilers, and Larson was able to steer it aside. Braun couldn't keep that one in, and then it's Sangreat who finishes the job and gets it out. And there will be a tripping penalty, it looks like, assessed to Sean Braun here. Take a look at the replay. That puck taken out of the zone by Sangreat, and then Braun gets his stick caught in the legs of the Spoiler forward and knows right away that that's going to be a penalty. So this Grafton power play unit was highly effective, scoring pretty early on in their last power play, and now they've got another opportunity. That puck immediately cleared, and now the Spoilers are going to bring it up, trying to get their first opportunity of this power play. Puck thrown into the South-Shanley zone, and now Sandy with a shorthanded opportunity. Luke Sandy moving in, goes backhand, 5-hole, scores! Luke Sandy short-handed, and let's get a look at this one. Sandy able to move past the defenseman here with that blazing speed of his. He goes forehand to backhand and buries it. And how about that for a momentum shift here?
Wow, just when you think the Grafton Spoilers are going to maybe have a chance to take the lead here, Luke Sandy comes back the other way and puts the South Bruins up by 1.
Goal not on the scoreboard yet, as the referee's having a conference here with the Spoiler bench, and now it looks like there's a man going to the box here. Maybe not, there's confusion out on the ice. And now it looks like that will be the case, as Tom Magnuson, the junior defenseman, is going to head to the box. So it'll be 4-on-4 hockey here for about 1:30 as South-Shanley not only gets the shorthanded goal, but they also will no longer have to worry about the penalty kill. Puck goes back behind the South-Shanley net. It was touched though, no icing. Fighting for the puck there is Hansen, and it's Johnson who's able to get to it. Johnson then goes cross ice to Montgomery, and Montgomery going to bring it up with Larson to his left. Montgomery looking, trying to work his way around Einerson, regains control of the puck, surveys, looking to go out in front, moves in back towards the net, no one there to grab it though, and now the Spoilers will look to bust this one out. Quick shot on Flanagan, won't go. It was a nice one-man effort though from Sangreat. Get a look at the replay, Sangreat all by himself working his way around Iverson, and Flanagan though is able to clamp down on that one. That penalty on Magnuson is a hooking call, so a real tough break here for the Spoilers, as what was once a great power play opportunity went from that to a shorthanded goal and then to 4-on-4 hockey. Now good opportunity here for South-Shanley as Morehart carries in. Morehart fires one on net, steered aside with the blocker, beaten, almost got the rebound, but now Grafton bringing it up ice. Gillishammer tied up there with Sandy for that one. And now it's Wardner who gives off to his defenseman, Syme, who goes up to Gilshammer, and now the Spoilers will let the clock expire as the first period comes to a close here. So after one, the Bruins lead this game 2-1 thanks to a shorthanded goal from Luke Sandy just a couple minutes ago. And Jared, your thoughts on the first period?
Well, I like the guts by the South-Shanley Bruins coach to experiment with the goalies, move some defense up to forward and some forwards back to defense. You saw Honnell playing some defense on the power play, Lance playing some center and also playing some defense, and Flanagan going in at goalie there. The one goal against Flanagan, not really his fault. There's nothing you can do about that tip that ends up in the top shelf. But if the Bruins can add to this lead, I'd be expecting some more experimenting with coach on the lineups.
So when we come back, there will be 21 more seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, followed by a couple of seconds of power play for the Bruins. So don't go anywhere, folks. Should be a fun second period of hockey. Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School hockey action. I'm Jed Thomas, joined by Jared Fowler. After one period of play, it's a 2-1 lead for the South-Shanley Bruins as we get set to start this second period off. And Jared, break it down for us. What have been the key storylines so far in tonight's game?
Well, it's been the power play and penalty kill for both teams. Grafton scoring one on the power play, and then Bruins answering back and scoring one on the penalty kill. That's a huge momentum booster for them, and look for them to use that throughout the game. And look for Grafton make full use of their last 24 seconds on the power play after the 4-on-4 expires.
Well, yeah, you're right. Special teams, it's really been the storyline throughout this whole thing, and we start this second period off right in the thick of that special teams battle. As you said, it's 4-on-4 hockey right now, and then it'll be a couple seconds of power play for the Bruins. So we'll see what these two teams have in store here in the second period. We said early on that the Spoilers would have to score some goals here if they wanted to contend with the Bruins, and they did that to start things off, but they also got to keep them off the board here, and they have allowed 2. So we'll see what they can do now as we get ready to start this second period. And with that, we're underway as Sandy wins the draw back to Beaton, who gives off over to Lance, and now Sandy going to bring it right up for the Bruins. Luke Sandy's got one tonight. Can he get another here? He will not, as it goes off the pads of Larson. It was a big rebound there, but Beaton was already headed in the wrong direction. And here comes Gillishammer moving in fast, but he got thrown off that puck hard. And now the Bruins set up behind their own net as they go to full strength. Sean Braun wide open in the neutral zone, but the Bruins got tied up in their own zone. Nice pressure put on right now by Gillishammer, as now they've got about 14 seconds to work with here with the man advantage. Braun moving in with speed. Sean Braun moves in, fires one again, saved by Larson. Sandy going for the rebound, Beaton looking for another, he won't. Einerson able to get that one out of trouble, and now Sandy going to move it up ice to Lance. Can he hold the zone? Yes, he will, but now the Spoilers are back at full strength. That puck flipped up into the Bruins zone, and it's given chase there by Magnuson. Able to work his way around Hansen, now trying to steal that one away from Lance. Magnuson throws one in on net, but Hansen was right there to tie it up. 16 minutes to go here in the second as we're just about a minute in. Puck thrown down towards the South-Shanley net by Sandgate. Then Lance sends it up off the boards, and now Sandy going to bring it in. Luke Sandy works his way around Suda, then moves in on net, fires one again, saved by Larson. Sandy gets the rebound though, throws it out in front, but no one's home. Spoilers trying to get the clear, and now they will as Thompson throws that puck up looking for Keeley. Keeley working against Johnson. Johnson trying to outmuscle him to the puck. Keeley won the foot race though. Puck thrown in along the boards. That one rides the boards over to Johnson, and now he's going to carry it up for the Bruins and give off over to Honnell. Honnell over to Hansen. Hansen now just dumps it into the zone. That puck fanned on there by Syme, and that's given off over to Honnell right in front of the net, but the Bruins can't hold on to it. Wardner moving it in for the Spoilers. Wardner with some fancy moves, no one there to pick up the loose puck though. Greatzer flips it up in the air, and now it's loose in the neutral zone. Keeley up to Wardner. Wardner, again, just flipping that one in, and Iverson sends it up ice to Greatzer. Spoilers controlling this puck right now, but they're having trouble getting anything going, although here comes Wardner looking to pass one over to Keeley. Puck loose out in front. Some nice pressure being put on by Grafton right now. Haven't gotten too many shots out of it, though. They're going to try to change that here, though, as Keeley was able to get free for a second, but then Iverson and Braun came in to steal it away. Iverson flipping it up ice. Miller couldn't get a crack at that one, and now the Bruins go to work as that puck is thrown down behind the Spoiler net. And they'll get them for an icing. Icing call comes with 14:10 left to go here in the second. Some really nice pressure put on by the Bruins, but now it's the Spoilers who seem to have some more control here. They've been able to really keep it in the Bruins zone. It's just been a matter of getting some shots off. We'll see if they can get some more going here with this. Quick shot got tied up, and now Lance carries it around behind his own net. Mason Lance moving up now. Gonna try to carry it out himself. Has to have Braun throw it up though. Magnuson up ice to Keeley. Keeley looking for someone, no one home though. Pass intended for Thompson, intercepted there by Beaton, and now the Bruins look to try to get out of their own zone as they let that one back in once again. Beaton flips it up ice. It's now into the spoiler zone. Braun and Beaton moved in there to put on the pressure, but Grafton able to get it out. Had an open man, but that puck's just going to be intercepted now by Trainer. Trainer with the dump off over to Morehart, who's looking for Lance. And now Morehart going to take it himself. Morehart moving along, cuts up the middle, looking for a man. He's got Trainer, who's trying to go to Braun. Braun now back to Trainer. Trainer looks, centers one, it goes just wide. Johnson flips the puck along over to Braun. Braun now over looking for Morehart. That pass goes off his skate though. Puck tied up in the corner. Larson gets it off over to Morehart. Morehart fires a shot, but blocked partially by Thompson. Trainer with some fancy moves now going to try to fire one. It got tied up though, and again, Bruins can't seem to get a shot off, but they can hold the zone as Morehart fires another one that's blocked again by Thompson. With the puck in the corner, there's Larson. Morehart back to Larson. Larson fires one, and it's saved by Larson. So some really nice pressure put on here by the Bruins, but they're unable to get really any clean shots off except for that one that Larson was able to cover up.
Yes, good time of possession in the Grafton zone, but the Grafton Spoilers doing a great job blocking most of the shots that the Bruins had forward.
Iverson shoots one that goes past Honnell and wraps along the boards. Spoilers trying to get this one up, and now Miller almost had a great chance, but he couldn't hold on to the puck. Scrum for the puck. Bruins got 3 men in there, but they can't come away with it. Spoilers with it right in front of the net. Miller almost had a shot once again. Still hold the zone though with Suda. Puck off the skate of Morehart. Miller has it in the corner. Hovde with it now. Puck seems to be just stuck in that corner right now, and now finally Montgomery is going to take it out. Montgomery passes that one up to Greatzer, and he can't get a hold of it though. As it's loose now, and Montgomery going to pick it up in the neutral zone. He couldn't hang on to it though. Suda poke checked it away. Montgomery trying to go back to Greatzer. Still though, unable to get that puck to his stick, and now it's loose in front of the net, and Larson was able to cover. Really nice effort here by the second line. Greatzer able to knock it forward with his skate and then go backhand on the net. Flipped it right up into the chest of Larson, who covered. A really nice start here to the second period by Andrew Larson. First line out there for the Bruins, and Sandy wins that one over to Beaton. Although Beaton's pass is intercepted, it's a 2-on-2 now as Keeley tries to work around Lance. He goes to the ice, and then that puck's flipped out of the zone as Einerson fires it in. And there's a delayed offsides, so the Bruins will try to work out of their own zone now as Sandy is going to bring it up ice. Sandy looking for a man. He's got Braun wide open. Braun fires one. Larson save. Andrew Larson with a tremendous start here in the second period as the Bruins are just peppering him with shots now. The guys in front of Andrew Larson have done a good job knocking a lot of those shots down, but the ones that make it to him, he is just in fantastic position to make the saves there. That puck is knocked down and then knocked out of the zone. Yet again, the Spoilers are able to get that one out. They still trail by 1 though, and while their defense has done a good job in its own zone, they've got to try to get some offense going here if they want to tie it up. Beaton off over to Braun. Braun now moves in, circling around, centering feed. Beaton couldn't get it. Lance able to pick up the slack though. Beaton looking for Braun. That one wouldn't go. Hansen takes it, fires, steered aside by Larson. Sandy in the corner. Gives off over to Beaton. Beaton looking to set up, just flips it off over to Braun. Braun now in the near corner looking for a man. Sean Braun setting up, fires a shot. Larson save, rebound opportunity, and the goal! Tanner Beaton with his second of the night.
Sean Braun just setting up that opportunity, firing a shot on net, and a rebound just pops open for Beaton to put away.
And how about the positioning of Tanner Beaton so far tonight? Both of his goals coming in similar fashions. Right in front of the net, he just waits for the rebound and buries it. That goal comes now with 10:40 to go here in the second period as that draws one back into the spoiler zone. Sign throws it along the boards over to Suda. Suda trying to work his way past Larson. He will. Spoilers now able to get out of their own zone, but it's Hansen back there for the Bruins to take it. Syme going to try to do the same thing he just did. Hovde able to get that one out. Now a bit of a rush here for Grafton. Gillishammer with speed feeds one center ice, but that one won't find any spoilers there. A great effort out in front of the South-Shanley net, but still Grafton is unable to get a shot off, and now we've got a whistle.
That's gonna be a penalty on Spencer Hodev.
Hovde it is. Hovde, the big man on that line, not afraid to throw the body around, but this time he gets a little over-eager there, and he's going to pick up the penalty. So now, as we said when we started this period off, special teams would be the key. It had been the key in the first, and, well, yet another opportunity here for South-Shanley on the power play. We'll see what they can do. This first power play unit was just dominant to start off that power play earlier in the period. We'll see what they can do. Immediately a clear here for the Spoilers as they're able to get that one down ice. Now Lance is going to set up behind his own net. Beaton is not on this first power play unit. It is Zazada instead joining this top line. Braun moves around behind the net. Looks for a man to give it off to. Sandy steers it back over to Lance. Lance now over to Honnold. Honnold to Zazada. Zazada back out to Honnold, over to Lance, now back to Honnold. Honnold, center ice, great feed for Sandy. That puck loose out in front, and Honnold able to get back on it. Honnold fires one, steered aside, nice block there by Magnuson. Zazada to Honnold, over to Braun. Braun behind the net with time, goes over to Sandy. Bruins cycling this puck around. Sandy brings it down onto the ice, great feed over to Zazada. Tried to go 5-hole, but couldn't get it.
I think Zazada had an open opportunity there on the left side of the net, but he brings it back into the middle, and Grafton able to get out of that situation without getting scored on.
Yeah, that was a nice catch there, Jared. Zazada had an open left side of the net. He just couldn't quite settle that pass down. Had just a lot behind it, and so it bounced off his stick, and he tried to go 5-hole with it. Andrew Larson just laid out like a starfish in his own net and just covered it up. Braun with time, holds and then goes over to Honnold. Honnold straight back to Braun, Braun right back to Honnold. Bruins doing a fantastic job cycling here. See if they can get some good shots here. Honnold with the puck, fires one, steered aside by Larson. Puck Shavinsky got it up the boards, and now it's carried in by Wardner. Wardner trying to work his way around Lance. And it's Sandy who goes back and grabs the puck. 8:26 left in this period, just 15 seconds to go on the power play. Braun up over to Sandy. Sandy circling behind the net, looks for a man, he's got Lance. Lance fires one, blocked out in front, still trying out the Bruins, and Sean Braun with the rebound goal. 2 seconds to go on the power play, and that one's gotta hurt there for the Spoilers. Almost got the kill, but instead it's Sean Braun with yet another rebound here as he buries that.
I'm amazed that the Bruins hadn't scored on a power play yet this game, because they've been using their power play very well, creating a ton of opportunities, and they're finally getting a power play goal on the score sheet.
Definitely a confidence booster for them on that power play. And, you know, Andrew Larson has been having a nice night. The problem that has really seemed to plague him, though, are those rebounds. He's given up a lot of really big open rebounds, and that has been how South-Shanley has scored 3 of their 4 goals. Larson trying to add to that total, though. It's steered aside once again by Larson. Christian Larson with the puck for South-Shanley. Greatzer now back over to Larson. Up to Iverson. Iverson fires, goes just wide of the net. Greatzer over to Montgomery. Montgomery over to Moorhart. Moorhart fires one from the point. Wide left. Bruins continuing that pressure they had on the power play, and now a big scrum out in front of the net as Greatzer went to the ice. No call, though. The Bruins still holding that zone, and what a goal from Iverson. Holy cow. Let's get a look at this replay. I'm not sure what happened there. Iverson just fires one that barely gets out off the ice. And, you know, Andrew Larson was getting one heck of a screen there as there were 3 or 4 different guys right in front of him. I don't know if he ever saw that puck.
Yeah, I don't think he did either. There was a bunch of people pushing each other out front of the net, and that just went right on the ice down in the left side of the goal.
So Iverson, the sophomore, gets that goal, and now the Spoilers take a timeout here with 7:12 left to go in the second period. And it's a 5-1 lead now for the Bruins. And Jared, how about South-Shanley really opening up the scoring in the second period?
Yeah, they've worked a lot with those rebounds. They've been firing off shots and having people backdoor for the rebound. Tanner Beaton getting 2 of those goals so far this game.
And folks, at this time, we would like to take a minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at ShanleyAthleticClub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. So 7:12 left to play here in the second as both teams come out of this timeout. Grafton had been doing a nice job. They got the first goal of this game, but they have given up 5 unanswered goals right now, and they're hoping that timeout can get their game plan set and maybe change the pace of this one. Well, we noticed Beaton wasn't playing on that first line anymore. It was Zada who filled his role. And now Beaton appears to be centering a line right now with Trainer and Rothfuse. So, you know, Jared, you really predicted it. You said if South-Shanley started to open this one up a bit, you thought Coach French might experiment a bit more, and it looks like he's doing that right now. Lance over to Johnson. Johnson fires one. That one steered aside by Larson. Trainer wraps it around the boards looking for a man. Lance going to try to hold the zone. He will, and then Trainer is going to retrieve in the near corner. Ben Trainer trying to find a man. Trainer still on his feet, trying to go, and then he goes to the ground, unable to get a hold of that puck. Beaton, though, going to keep it going for the Bruins. Spoilers have had a couple opportunities to clear, but still South-Shanley goes, and now Beaton feeds over to Trainer, who went off the post. The red light flashed for a second there, and Trainer did a tremendous job. He had fallen on his knees. There wasn't a lot of net to work with, and he somehow went backhand.
Yep, and Beaton just setting up that opportunity there. And it looks like a Grafton player gets his stick in right as Trainer was about to shoot it, and that really affected his shot there. Miller getting his stick in to affect Trainer's shot and possibly saving that goal.
It really was a tremendous feed there by Beaton, and then Trainer with the second effort laying on the ground trying to go backhand, and that one just about made it. But the Spoilers avoid another goal here as they try to go to work in the offensive zone as Puck Shavinsky has that puck behind the South-Shanley net. And now we've got a whistle, and it looks like a penalty.
Wardner was down on the ice there, hurt, dropped his stick, and he's clenching his face. It looks like he might have gotten something through his cage, maybe a stick, the end of a stick through his face.
All right, so that will cause the stop and play there, as you said. And for Grafton, hopefully Wardner will be able to come back soon as he is one of their top players.
And they will actually call that a 5-minute major here, so a big opportunity for the Grafton Spoilers to get back into this game.
Oh my, so the penalty and the injury there for Wardner, so 5 minutes of power play time. Now keep in mind, South-Shanley does have a shorthanded goal here as Luke Sandy is getting something going in the offensive zone as he fires a quick shot. And how about the hit from Sandy there? And look at this penalty kill unit right now for South-Shanley. It is just tenacious right now, trying to go to work in the offensive zone instead of just sitting back and waiting for the puck to come to them.
And it looks like that penalty will be on Sean Braun for a high stick. He must have hit Wardner in the face there a little bit and injured him, so the ref will give him that 5 minutes.
So we have our explanation for that, but now the big question here is, can Grafton convert on this 5-minute major? As we were saying, South-Shanley does have a shorthanded goal already, but Grafton does have a power play goal too, and they were quite efficient in getting it. So we'll see, but look at this opportunity. Beaton trying for the hat trick. Went backhand, but it was covered up by Larson. And then some extracurricular activity after the whistle, and that might negate at least a few minutes of this power play for the Spoilers.
Well, that was Montgomery actually coming in on the breakaway there, almost having that opportunity, trying to go 5-hole, but Larson really closing it down for him.
So it was Casey Montgomery, as you said, trying to get his first of the game. But now we've got a penalty against the Spoilers, so we're going to have 4-on-4 hockey for about 2 minutes here, and then Grafton will go back on the power play, as this was a 5-minute major on South-Shanley. Montgomery carries in now with Larson to his side. Montgomery with some nice moves, but he lost a hold of the puck, and that's knocked up ice. Not quite cleared, though. Bruins able to keep it in. Larson working in the near corner, fires one on net. That one, though, off the crossbar, I think. Got everything but the net. Montgomery feeds one out in front. Johnson shoots off the pads of Larson. Tried to get back to his own rebound. He couldn't, though. Gillishammer working against Hansen. Hansen takes a hard check into the near boards. Miller fired one, but Johnson got a piece of it. Then Johnson goes down and loses his stick. Gillishammer, and then a big hit there. He throws, and there's a scrum in the corner now as Larson's laying on top of a Spoiler. Chaos here in this 4-on-4 right now as both teams are really going hard. And Larson is just going to cover that one up to try to settle this game down. Little chippy out there after a couple of penalties. And take a look at Gillishammer just throwing the body. And then Larson was laying on top of Miller for a minute there. And so there's 55 seconds of 4-on-4 left as Sandy fires a quick one off the draw, saved by Larson. .357 remains in this second period, and what an interesting second it has been so far. And there should be a lot of interesting hockey left to close it out, too. Beaton fires one down into the Spoiler zone. That one then retrieved by Magnuson. Magnuson, backhand pass there over to Wardner, and now the Spoilers enter the zone. Quick shot steered aside by Flanagan. A great opportunity for Einerson, but he couldn't close the gap. Lance got there before he could and was able to shoot that puck away from danger. Einerson fed it right in front of the net, but no one was home, and now Sandy flips it up ice. Puck picked up, and then thrown off that puck was Suda, but he's able to get back to it. And then a quick shot there, covered by Flanagan as Thompson tried to put one in from long range, and again, a little more going on after that whistle. Suda with the nice pass over to Thompson, who fired a long-range shot that was pretty accurate considering the conditions he shot it from. So 7 more seconds here of 4-on-4 hockey, and then there'll be 2:02 left on this power play for Grafton once it starts up again. South-Shanley wins the draw, and Iverson takes it. Iverson tied up there with Keeley. Physical play as that puck comes out of the zone, but now the Spoilers are back on the power play. Quick clear there for Iverson. Knocked down in the neutral zone. Suda retreats into his own zone and then moves up with the puck. Suda trying to get past the defender. He could not, though, and then he goes down hard into the boards, but Thompson's shot steered aside by Flanagan. Sangre gives that puck over off to Thompson. Thompson moving in all by himself, trying to get one to go. He cannot, though, and then that puck goes back down into the Grafton zone. And Larson just lets it sit there as Suda picks it up. 2:20 left to play now in the second. Suda up to Wardner. Wardner able to get past Larson. Now Wardner moves in. Wardner all by himself tried to go backhand, but he lost a hold on it, then tried to center out in front. Now we got a whistle as the net came off. So a tough break as the Spoilers were just getting something going there. And look at this. Johnson goes down. Wardner just came in with blazing speed there. And that's what Wyatt Wardner really brings to the table. He leads his team in points, 2 goals, and 2 assists. And he's always dangerous out there. Puck Shavinsky shoots that puck onto the boards. It rides him for a minute and then falls down behind the South-Shanley net. Puck Shavinsky wheeling around, trying to go out to his defenseman. Point shot goes wide from Einerson. Puck Shavinsky. Tied up with Johnson. Scrum for the puck here in the near corner. Just 34 seconds left on this power play. Then a shot from the point brought down by the glove of Fletcher Flanagan, but the right side of the net was left wide open for a minute there. Thankfully, though, for the Bruins, they were able to get onto the puck and clear. Puck sent down ice. Spoilers trying to capitalize on these last few seconds of power play. They just have 10 left to work with. Gillishammer behind his own net. Tied up there in a battle with Zazada, and now Zazada gets the puck, feeds Sandy, who goes top shelf and scores! Luke Sandy, and the assist from Zazada. Now let's get a look at that replay. Just fantastic job there by Zazada, working alone in the spoiler zone. A great feed to Sandy, who buries it with the snipe.
Yeah, Sandy coming in right through the slot, practically unmarked. What a great pass by Zazada to set him up for that goal.
Excuse me, officially, I believe that goal will go down as an even strength one, as I think that penalty expired just as the puck was shot. Spoilers trying to answer back here with a quick rush off the faceoff. Puck shot off the back of the net, now lost behind the South-Shanley net as it's taken by Beaton and then given off over to Lance. Lance just sitting with it, then goes off over to Trainer. Trainer with the puck passed off the boards. It won't leave the zone, though. Spoilers trying to hold, and then they do let it come out. Still unable to work its way off those near boards, and finally Beaton able to get it off over to Zazada. Zazada carried in, but the Bruins were offside, so now there'll be a face-off in the neutral zone with just 24.1 seconds left to play. It's really been a fantastic second period here for the Bruins, able to score 4 goals. And even though there's not a lot of time left, you better believe they're probably going to try to get at least another here. Sandy carrying, he went down hard on the ice, and then he's going to just throw one in. Braun trying to get to it, he cannot, but then Sandy knocks it down, and they're going to call him offsides, I believe. "15 seconds left as that puck comes out once again. Draw won by the Spoilers and then steered out of the zone, flipped into the Bruin zone. Iverson trying to get it out. He cannot, though. Puck Shavinsky right there to get it. Morehart then takes it behind his own net. Gives that one off over to Iverson. Iverson flipped that one up, and that will do it for the second period. So after 2 periods of play, it is a 6-1 lead here for South-Shanley. And Jared, what a second period the Bruins had. Break it down for us.
Yes, it has been. They've been firing on all cylinders coming out in this period. A lot of great passing, shots, plenty of shots by the Bruins there, and a lot of rebounds coming out. Most of their goals coming from rebounds. As you know, Tanner Beaton getting 2 there, Luke Sandy getting that one on the last Luke Sandy burying that one from the pass, and just great overall passing, setting up all those goals.
So really just a great second period all around for the Bruins as they lead this one 6-1 heading into the third. Grafton, meanwhile, goes to the locker room looking for answers. We'll see what they can do in the third period. Stick around, folks. Should be a good finish. Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School hockey action. I'm Jed Thomas alongside my partner Jared Fowler. And, well, what a first two periods of play we have had here tonight. Jared, break them down for us.
Well, it started out with the Grafton Spoilers coming out and just scoring a quick one, but ever since then it's been all South-Shanley just shutting down Grafton through the remainder of this game.
That it really has, scoring 4 goals in that second period. We'll talk about our expectations for the third here, but first, folks, we would like to take a minute to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at ShanleyAthleticClub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. Again, folks, really encourage you to check them out. Go check out their website. Great organization. They make everything we do possible. They've done great things for us. They do great things for a lot of different organizations, so go check them out. Real good things they're doing over there. But as promised, our expectations for this third period, and, well, Jared, what do you got? It's been a really all South-Shanley in that second period. Was an even first period, so what does the third period hold?
I'm expecting more just hammering away by the Bruins here. More shots put on net and rebounds to put away. With Grafton, I feel like they can really hold on, maybe put another one up on net, get a consolation goal there. But it's all really been the Bruins, and I could really see them take full control of this game heading into the third period.
Well, Grafton definitely will be trying to stop that from happening. You know, we saw the Spoilers with a great power play goal to take the lead in the first period. Obviously, they've given up these 6 unanswered here, which was not what they wanted to do, but we know they can put up some offense, so we'll see if they can get it done in the third. All right, folks, with that drop of the puck, we're underway as the draw is won back and taken by Montgomery. Montgomery now moving into the Spoiler zone, working up against Einerson. Puck loose out in front. That shot fired and then covered up by Larson. This time, Andrew Larson able to get on that rebound a bit quicker than he has on some of those shots. And, you know, if Larson, it's really been those rebounds. If he could not let those pucks fly so far out, you know, we're talking maybe three goals are off the board here. It's really been rebounds that have given him a lot of trouble tonight. In the near corner, that puck is tied up in a scrum along the boards. We've seen a lot of those here, but Honnold was able to break it out. Greatzer, though, was too far out of his reach, and now Keeley will steer it up for Wardner. That one's just fired right back by Lance. Spoilers on the move now. It's Wardner who has the puck. Wardner trying to go back to Puck Shavinsky, but he could not get a hold of it, and it's fired out into the neutral zone. Puck wraps along the near boards, now back over to Lance, and Noah Lance going to flip it over to Mason Lance, who holds behind his own net before turning and moving up on the near side. He has to spin around and give over to Montgomery. Montgomery now trying to hit Beaton in stride. Beaton trying to catch up to it. Steered up the boards by Suda. And now the Spoilers try to work it out here. It's Suda with the puck. He gives that one off over to Syme. Syme fanned on it. Almost a disaster there, but Beaton was a bit too far out in front of the puck. And then Lance pokes that one out of his zone for the Bruins. Luke Sandy carries now. Sandy's already got 2. Can he get a third? Sandy wrapping around behind the net. Luke Sandy loves to sit back there and then dish the puck from back there. This time he goes over to Beaton, who centers over to Johnson. Johnson going to fire a shot from the point, goes off the stick of Sean Braun, and then Beaton going to work it now in the near corner. Tanner Beaton trying to steer it back to Braun. He's able to, but then Braun loses a hold on it and is able to get back to it, though. The long reach of Sean Braun really helping him there as Sandy tried to get it between the legs of a Spoiler, but he could not. Bruins looking to go right back to work here as Johnson dumps it in. It wraps around along the boards, and then it goes straight past the Spoiler defender, but is then carried up by Thompson. Thompson moving in. Got Gillishammer to his left. He tried to throw that one in backhand, but Flanagan saved it, and then he covers it up. So a fast couple minutes here to start this one off with 14:59 left on the clock. The Spoilers will get a draw here in the South-Shanley zone and try to put one in net for the first time since first period. Thompson tried to win that draw back. Looked like he had it for a second, but instead it's the Bruins who get it back into deeper into their own zone rather, and now Zazada is going to take it on the far side, give off over to Iverson. Iverson has a goal, and then Thompson tried to hold the zone with his hand there. And now Zazada moving along the far side. Trying to move that one forward. It's Larson who has it. Christian Larson over to Zazada. Zazada up to Trainer. Trainer fires one out in front. That one just goes past Larson. Puck moved up and out of the spoiler zone, just to be dumped right back in, though, by Iverson. Einerson now moving forward, throws one up. Montgomery trying to keep it in, and he will. Great job by Montgomery as that puck just froze on the blue line, and now he fires one top shelf that goes wide. Lance tied up. Big physical hit along the corner working against Wardner. That one did come out of the zone, though. Montgomery threw that one off the stick, and then Rothfuse tries to send it back in as Montgomery gives chase. Einerson goes backhand, steers it up to Keeley. Honnold tried to take it away. He couldn't get it, though, and now Keeley trying to get rid of it, but Rothfuse is right there. Rothfuse looking to move that one in closer, but he could not as it came out of the zone, but now Honnold has it. Honnold with some nice moves, but he was knocked off the puck. Magnuson was able to get him off of it. Now a little bit of a rush going for the Spoilers as Flanagan steers out of side with the pad. Honnold moving in with it. Jacob Honnold working all by himself as he gets that one knocked off his stick by Syme. Honnold caught along behind the net, trying to get positioning out there as Syme just dumps that one off and out of the zone. Lance fanned on that one a bit. It was steered forward into the zone, and then it's flipped up, but won't go anywhere as that one's cleared out. It was a nice effort there as Hovde and Puck-Shavinsky combined there to make a nice offensive play, but once again, Spoilers are just unable to get a good clean shot fired off. Sandy going to carry forward for the Bruins. Sandy dumps off back to Braun. Braun throwing off the puck. A little nudge there, and then it is taken out of the zone by Miller. Miller able to get it off to Gillishammer. Gillishammer moves it in and then flips it on to Flanagan, and a big hit thrown there. Gillishammer on Braun. Puck thrown up to Suda, who let that one out, though, and now he's got to watch out. Tanner Beaton moving in on him. Beaton able to get control of that puck. Now looking for someone to get it out of trouble, too, and instead he's thrown off it as Suda gives off over to Hovde. Puck tipped forward, and now it's going to be Miller and Gillishammer. Gillishammer moving in. Not a lot of space to work with, though, and then he takes a big hit from Johnson. Iverson up to Beaton, and now the Spoilers set up in their own zone. Puck goes into the South-Shanley zone as Johnson circles around and gets it off over to Beaton. That went out of his reach, and then iced in the Spoiler zone. 12 minutes to go here. Continues to be a 6-1 lead for South-Shanley. On to take the draw is Trainer for South-Shanley and Thompson for the Spoilers. Trainer trying to get that one out of his zone. Thompson, though, was able to get it off his stick. Thompson now tied up for it in the near corner. Thompson moving around, could not get that one over to Keeley, though, and now Morehart has it. Morehart up to Zazada, back over to Iverson. Iverson to Zazada. Zazada trying to get out of the zone, and it will come out. Trainer putting the pressure on. Puck sent forward by Magnuson. Morehart holds, tries to throw it up ice. He could not get to go, though. Harvey pokes it in over to Iverson, and then Iverson wraps it along the boards, and it looks like he'll go for another icing here. That will be the case as the Bruins make a change here, getting rid of that third line, and now going with another one of these hybrid lines. It's the second line, but now with Alex Rothfuse plugged in there, so some more experimenting here by the Bruins. Tie up for the puck, quick shot fired by Wardner that wouldn't go, and then a rebound opportunity. Still can't find its way in. Suda trying to go up along the boards. He couldn't get to go, though. Greatzer, great job, able to get back to it. Robbie Greatzer moving in, now going to fire a hard shot that goes too high and wraps around the boards. Lance holds it in the zone, fires one in on goal, loose on front. Greatzer fires, scrub for the puck. Larson was laying down, couldn't find it. Rothfuse goes behind the net. Greatzer now wheeling around with it. Can't get it to go. Lance holds the zone, but then it goes off the skate of Keeley, and Keeley brings it out. Wardner has it now. Working against Lance, he fires one that goes wide of the net. Great opportunity there as Wardner almost had it, but he lost control, and Greatzer took it. Now Lance is just going to move it for the Bruins. Noah Lance carries out of the zone, trying to go forward with it. He couldn't get to go, though, as Puck Shavinsky took it away. Spoilers on the rush. Have not been able to get much pressure here in the third. Montgomery gives it off up to Braun. Braun moves in with it now. Sean Braun all by himself, and then he goes down to the ice. Couldn't hold on to it. Puck loose, though, and Sandy has it. Sandy goes backhand out towards the net. Braun takes it from behind, and now Braun up to Johnson. Johnson fires one, saved by Larson. Now Gillishammer goes up to Hovde, and Hovde's going to move it in with a nice move to get past Hansen, but then he goes down to the ice, lost his edge. Johnson up to Hansen. Hansen lost in his skates. Johnson winds up with it back on his stick. Now the Spoilers with an opportunity. Thompson was right there, but Luke Sandy took it away. Beaton going to take it now for the Bruins. Beaton goes up to Braun. Braun trying to get back to this one. Good speed, though, from Keeley to force him to give it off to Beaton. Beaton looking for a man. He gets thrown off the puck, and he can't hold the zone. These forwards for Grafton are really doing a nice job defensively here in the third. 9:10 left to play here as Thompson moves in, and now he and Beaton get tied up, and I think they might get Thompson there for a penalty, or maybe Beaton. And it will be Beaton who skates off. And we'll see what the call is. Jared, did you see that one?
That might have been hooking on Beaton there. He had his stick kind of lodged in Thompson there. And that's kind of why Thompson turned around and gave him a little shove after that.
I think that is the case there, Jared. Beaton getting a little overactive with the stick there, and now Bruins go shorthanded. Iverson wraps that one around the boards, but Einerson was right there, and then a great shot from Keeley, saved by Flanagan. Puck loose out in front. Keeley fires another, and it finds its way in. The Spoilers with 2 goals on the night, both coming on the power play. And look at that. Keeley just finds the bouncing puck and puts it in through the legs of Flanagan.
Flanagan caught going post to post, and as he was going, opens up his 5-hole, and it just slides in between there.
Sam Keeley was really flying in this third period, and you just felt like he was going to get something out of it, and he is rewarded for all that effort there with a goal. And so, you know, if you want to say one positive thing about the Spoilers, I think you've got to talk about their power play. It has been fantastic here with 2 goals on the night. Einerson steers that one in with his backhand. Spoilers looking to have a little bit more life right now. They came out of that faceoff with a purpose. Lance steers that one up to Honnold. Honnold takes it now, looking for Greatzer. That one, though, tipped forward and goes behind the Spoiler net. Carrying it now is Sandstrain, and that one is just going to be covered up by Flanagan. 8:10 left to play here in the third. It had been 6 straight goals for the Bruins. That was ended just a couple seconds ago with that power play goal. Sandy tied up on the draw, and he was able to get it off to Braun. Braun now over to Beaton. Beaton steered it back to Braun. Braun somehow able to hold on to it. Sean Braun wheeling around, fires one in on goal just wide. Morehart trying to hold the zone. Gives off up to Beaton. Scrum for the puck in that near corner, and that finds its way to Morehart, who fires one, and it got tipped there off the stick of Hovde. Now the puck going to be carried out by Miller, who flips it on along the boards. Miller giving chase. Morehart wins the race, though. Braun threw that one up. It was quickly intercepted there by Wardner, but now Bruins were able to get it back, and they're trying to get out of their own zone. Morehart with some nice moves, and then he lets that one glide out, and then he's going to carry it up past center ice and wrap it down along the boards. Keeley now, the man who had the goal, over to Wardner, and then that one is just thrown up there by Lance. Opportunity, Larson trying to win the race. Got the puck, goes backhand, tried to pass it, but it got caught in the legs of Suda. Now Puck Shavinsky has it. Puck Shavinsky Tried to throw that one up to Keeley. It was loose along the boards. No one could really find it. And now Keeley's trying to get out of the zone, and he will. Flanagan lets that puck go back for an icing, and with 6:44 left to play here, the Bruins will get the face-off in the spoiler zone to try to answer back to that goal. Draw won by Thompson there, but it's the Bruins who were in the end able to get a hold of it, although it came out of the zone as Lance steers it back in. Suda tried to get that one out, and this time he's just going to give it off over to Sandgren. Sandgren still carrying it, working against Zazada. Gets that one off to Keeley, and then Keeley throws it up. Thompson gives chase. Lance does a good job staying aware and gets away from it. Zazada going to move it in now for the Bruins. Zazada doubles back, looking for a man to give it off to. Trainer goes in there to try to help him out. Ben Trainer has it now, and then he just steers back to Zazada. Honnell retrieves. Honnell over to Zazada, tried to get the pass off to Trainer, who just took a big hit out in front of the net. He wanted a call there, but he won't get it. Keeley moving up with it. Keeley fires, gloved by Flanagan. And, you know, it's been a chippy game here since about midway through the second, and we've seen a couple of hits like that from both teams. Refs have done a good job keeping it in check here, not letting things get too out of hand. Tie up for the face-off, and then it's Iverson who went in there to pick it up. Greatzer has it now and steers it up out of the zone. Puck given off now to Einerson. Einerson wrapping it along the boards, and that'll be an icing. So another face-off here in the Grafton zone with 5:33 left to play. Honnell with the clean win back to Morehart. Morehart hesitates, fires, and then Honnell with a great job on the rebound. Wow! Jacob Honnell just buries that one top shelf, and look at this. Morehart fires, gets the rebound, and then, wow, there was not a lot of space to work with there.
It just tips off of Magnuson's stick right there and just ends up right where Honnell wants it. And he just shoves it on him, on Larson right there. Great shot by Honnell.
So South-Shanley able to answer that goal there from the Spoilers early in the third, now leading 7-2 with 5:28 left to play. Morehart moves it up, tried to thread the needle there, but it was intercepted by Puck-Shavinsky, and now it's Keeley who has it. Keeley tied up with Iverson, a little pushing and shoving going on over there. Puck thrown out in front of the net, won't go anywhere though. Iverson, up ice over to Braun. Braun catches it in his skates, tries to get a hold of it with his stick, has to double back, trying to get out of trouble, has to hand off to Iverson. Iverson up ice over to Beaton, went off of Beaton's skates and then was just loose in the zone for a while as Sandy picks it up, and now Luke Sandy moves in. Sandy fires one out in front of the net, won't go anywhere. Now he holds, fires over to Braun. Braun tied up there on the far side. Now it's Lance who fanned on the shot, and the Spoilers move it out. Thompson caught up with Lance. Now it's Noah Lance retrieving in the near corner. Spoilers unable to hold the zone there. Looked like they would have a crack at it, but it comes out and is handled by Larson. With it behind his own net there, Syme, and now the puck working his way out of the zone. Trainer couldn't handle it at center ice rather, and now Braun goes to retrieve. Man goes down. Looked like Sandgren. Now Sandgren going to get up though and come away with it, but it's poked away by Lance. Moving in is Suda. Suda tied up with Mason. Lance Sandgren gets to it, fires and scores! Sandgren goes top shelf and is able to beat Flanagan blocker side.
What an unbelievable shot by Sandgren right there. Just picking out the top corner, going right past Mason Lance and Fletcher Flanagan to get that goal.
Well, he's the second leading scorer on the team, and there's a reason he can really pick the corners. Now we've seen some really impressive shooting in today's game, both teams flashing their accuracy. And on that one, a really powerful shot, as you saw that one rattle the back of the netting. Zazada with it. He's caught in the corner. Larson trying to give him some help. Christian Larson moves in now. That one tipped away from him, though. Gillishammer got caught up there with Hansen. A couple of guys go to the ground. 3:24 left to play now as the Spoilers are putting on some pressure. Larson able to get a hold of it, makes a nice move, then loses an edge and goes down at the blue line. Ben Trainer moving in, fires one steered aside by Larson. Trainer tried to get back to his own rebound, showing some nice speed there. Trainer, great feed in front. Hoddle couldn't bury it. Hoddle spins around, whiffs on the shot, still trying for it, and that's finally brought out of the zone. Hansen gonna dump it right back in, trying to keep the pressure on. Greatzer and Hoddle move in there to try to keep it going. Nice job, though, steering it up the boards by Suda. Johnson fires it in, making the Spoilers go back to retrieve once again. And now Wardner is going to give it off. Looking for Puck Shavinsky there, but he was thrown off the puck, and now Montgomery will carry in. Casey Montgomery back to Hoddle. That shot steered aside by Larson. Montgomery holds behind the net. Montgomery up over to Morehart. Morehart back to Montgomery. Montgomery out in front. Hoddle couldn't get a crack at it, and now he got a whistle. And we'll see what it's for. And Jared, did you see what that was blown for?
I didn't see this, but you can check the replay right here and see if we can see what happened.
Well, I'm not quite sure what the whistle was for, but the puck comes out to neutral zone now. As South-Shanley tries to keep the pressure going, they cannot, though, as that puck is won back by the Spoilers. Now they're getting some pressure going as that one just about bounced in. And the net comes off its moorings, and the whistle's blown with 2:06 left to play here. Really got to give a hand to the Spoilers here, who have been able to put up 2 goals in the third, actually outscoring South-Shanley in this third period 2-1.
Yeah, still putting up a fight even though down 5 coming into this period, and that's nice to see.
Well, you know, we said the Spoilers were capable of some serious offense, and that's definitely been the case here. Coming into tonight, they had 9 straight periods with no goals, and now they've got 3 on the night, so got to give you some confidence. .157 left to play, face-off in the Spoiler zone. Puck won back by the Spoilers, but Sandy chases it down. Sandy with it, surveys, just gives off over to Johnson. Johnson now back up to Sandy, who fires one that goes just wide. That puck going to come out of the zone now as Mason Lance will chase it down. Lance looking, takes a hit there as that one is given off to Johnson. Johnson steers it up along the near boards. Spoilers still able to hold the zone, and Sandy will carry out now. Braun has the pucks. He's got Sandy open to his left. Braun fires a shot, can't get it to go. Rebound still won't go. Sandy knocks Thompson down next to the net. And now with that, we've got a whistle.
That's going to be a high sticking on beaten there, and that'll take it back to the Bruins zone.
So some real nice pressure there. Braun and Sandy with the 2-on-1 opportunity. Braun thought about the pass, then went for the shot, almost got the rebound, but they couldn't get it to go against Larson. So a minute 18 left to play here as the Spoilers are able to win that draw. Larson just about took it out, and now it does come out of the zone. Suda looking, just flips it up, trying to get the pass to go off the boards. He cannot, though. Larson got in there to interfere with it, and then Zazada came in to finish it off, and now Christian Larson has an opportunity. Larson up to Morehart. Morehart fires one, knocked down in front of the net. Zazada goes backhand, it won't go. Harvey trying to get that puck back. Battling it along the boards. Larson takes a hit, now an opportunity. Zazada shoots, it wouldn't go, though. That one almost trickled in. Some real physical play right now as the Bruins continue the pressure. The puck is loose in front. Still, they cannot get that one to go. And they came really close to a goal a couple of times there as the Spoilers are forced to ice it. And look at that, the shot from Zazada. The light went on for just a half a second there as it looked like it might trickle in. But Larson was able to get just enough of it. Draw one back by Thompson. That puck loose in front again. Honnold shoots. It's saved by Larson. Andrew Larson has faced a lot of chaos out in front of him tonight, but he stood tall for a good portion of it. Face off in the same spot with 24 seconds left to go here. Honnold has a puck, steered it away, but no one was there for South-Shanley, and it's now flipped up by Magnuson. That puck is going to be iced once again, and now a stop and play here with 15 to play. Honnold will take the draw this time. And that's one back to Johnson. Johnson fires a quick one, knocked down in front though. Magnuson was able to get a piece of it, so Larson didn't have to. Great job there by Montgomery to get the puck back. Casey Montgomery working all by himself, but then he went to the ground. Thompson got in there on him, and with that, the clock will expire as this one ends, and South-Shanley walks away with a 7-3 victory. Well, Jared, things were pretty even in the first period. Then South-Shanley really opened it up in the second. Grafton, though, played a really nice third period. Your thoughts overall on the performance here by both sides?
Well, I thought mixing it up with the lines for the South-Shanley Bruins really kind of worked, and it really clicked for the Bruins this game, putting up 7 goals, only second to their North game, which they put up 8 goals. So just great showing by the Bruins overall, and a great win for them.
That it is. And folks, before we let you go, we want to let you know, be sure to join us on Tuesday, January 3rd, as Shanley takes on Davies in boys and girls varsity basketball. Coverage kicks off with the boys game at 5:45, followed by the girls at 7:30. And folks, that should be 2 really good games. The Shanley girls will play against their old coach, Tim Jacobson. Both 2 of the best teams in the state there. Should be a fantastic game. Also, the boys, 2 of the best teams in the state. Had a fantastic game last year as Shanley sent it to overtime on a buzzer beater. Just a really nice history between those 2 squads, so it should be fun to watch. Be sure to tune into that. But then don't forget to join us on Friday, January the 6th, as Shanley faces South in boys and girls varsity basketball, with the girls at 5:45 and the boys at 7:30. Folks, for a list of all our upcoming broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com and click on the upcoming broadcast tab. Well, after tonight, South-Shanley came into the game at a 1-4 mark. They will move to 2-4 on the season. Meanwhile, Grafton came in 1-5. They fall to 1-6. And we'll go looking for answers on how to move forward. South-Shanley, though, happy to get this win here, one they could really use. For Jared Fowler and our entire crew, though, I'm Jed Thomas. Your final score from Fargo: South-Shanley Bruins 7, Grafton Spoilers 3. To watch the archive version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.